Hi, Rick.
Hey, Bart, how are you?
Good. It seems like I haven't seen you for
I think
a couple of weeks.
one week I couldn't make it. The other week you kicked me off the show. You had a better.
It was in
person to come in.
retaliation. When you canceled, we re-canceled.
That's the way to live your life. Retaliate. I'm with you. I didn't see you last week on Saturday night at the Michigan Theater. They had, Jeff Daniels and activities about talking about, their raise for their renovation of the theater.
We had hoped to go. We had planned to go. We had our tickets and everything, but my wife's cousin from Florida came up for the weekend so she could visit Grandma Rita. So we were hosting her, and then Karen's brother came up from Birmingham, Alabama. So we had family in from out of town.
Unacceptable. You should have sent them over to your mother-in-law's and said we're going to the theater.
And we said, "You guys want to go see Jeff Daniels?" And they one of them said yes, and the other one said, "Who?"
Yeah.
So.
I could tell you, I was there, and I spoke after he was there.
Oh, you spoke?
Yeah.
I wanted to go. I heard the food was awesome that CC's Catering did.
Yep.
I heard Jeff Daniels was awesome, as he always is.
I really, to be honest, I heard Jeff Daniels before, and I think I wasn't as excited, to be honest with you, but he was excellent. Mm-hmm. He really was. The stories were good, the songs were good. It was just fun listening to Jeff.
Jeff watches our show once in a while, and so I'm sure if he's tuned in today, he'll appreciate hearing that.
No, I really did, and I said that night. Because I said I wasn't excited about coming, and listening to Jeff, but he was great. He really was.
Yeah, and he gives a lot to the Michigan Theater. He's done a couple of, maybe 3 or 4 events.
Yeah, that was one of the comments he made about he likes, those theaters are getting fewer and fewer of them, and it's just such cool to come into them.
Did he mention me at all?
No.
No. That's all right.
He didn't. Why, you talked to him some, do you?
Well, we go way back.
Really do?
Super Sucker. Remember the movie Super Sucker?
Right. I do. I remember that.
Jeff's right here. Just spent a whole 2 weeks right in this room.
Now, doing the show, or just that you were facilitating?
They used our studio as a set for filming for some of their things.
So how many people ever saw that show? Were there, 3, maybe 4? Or what? How many people
there
did?
Was thousands, millions saw it.
They probably did.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up on Xfinity and see if you can put under Super Sucker, see if it comes up from somewhere.
Oh yeah, there's stories. There's ways to see it. Yeah.
I remember that well. It seems like, was I in a crowd somewhere? I can't remember now. I almost want to say I was.
Were you in it?
If I was, it was just in a crowd, type thing where they had people there. I didn't have anything to do with anything.
Well, it's, one thing that I think is neat about, a lot of people, it's kind of a wacky premise of what the movie was about.
I get it. Right.
But it was using Jackson as the background, the backdrop.
Right, which was cool.
But, it was called it was Johnson City, I think, or something
like that, yeah.
But Gilbert's Steakhouse was one of the places. Right. What is now Jackson Coffee Company used to be, it was empty. They used it for their vacuum cleaner store.
That's what the store was, yeah. How long ago was that, Bart? Do you remember how many years?
2002, maybe. I mean, it was.
Oh, so almost 20 years. Yeah. Wow. I mean, I remember it was a big deal for Jackson and everything, and seeing the crews around and doing the different things, and the vacuum salesman and all this stuff.
So, what have you been doing all summer?
Here we are, August, obviously, and people are talking about school, going back to school, and football, and it's been a good summer. I think it's been a good summer. It's just typical of everything. It goes by fast. And we turn around, and here we are in August, and we still have summer left, obviously, and hopefully a good fall, because there's nothing like fall in Michigan if we can get a good fall and it's not 48 degrees and raining. And generally it isn't. We have good falls, And I really do love this time of year, especially September when football starts, and I have a grandson that plays, and so I'm looking forward to that. It's one of my highlights.
My favorite month, it changes all the time. It used to always be for sure October, but whatever month we're in, like right now, what could be better?
Right. No, I agree 100%. I do agree 100%. It's just, It's just summer in Michigan, fall in Michigan, spring in Michigan when we have a good spring. And I like, to be honest with you, I like winter for a while. I really do.
Well, think about what's happening in the Southwest. Would you rather be in a month where it's 120 degrees every single day, or in a month like in Michigan in January where it's under maybe 10 degrees every day?
Yeah, I guess 120. No, no, I agree, because I have cousins who live in Arizona, and talk to them about, how it's been 110 to whatever.
I've never experienced that heat, so I don't know. Everyone
I wonder about that too, because it's just, because I've been in, pretty extreme heat by my standards, 100 and something, but not 110, maybe 103 to 5 or whatever. It almost takes your breath away when you go out there, and I also think it zaps you of energy at the same time.
It does.
I remember I went to a football game out in Arizona, and down in the field they said it was, I don't know, 95 or whatever it was. It was extreme hot. I don't know how those players could, especially some of those really big guys, how they didn't just, I think you had to be worried about from a health standpoint, something would happen. But wow, it was when it's that hot, I have had, and when it's humid, then of course it just kills you. So, and they don't have the extreme humidity, but Florida's been pretty hot too. Not that hot, but it's been hot and humid. There's no question. So yeah, it's been good. I don't know. Maybe there is something to this global warming. I'm not sure.
Well, it's definitely changing. The
it's
climate is
changing.
changing.
Something's changing.
No question about that.
Okay.
Now, this is a big weekend. We got a lot of events going on, and where you spend time, Clark Lake, they've got all that stuff. What's the word on Clark Lake this weekend?
I haven't heard much. I talked to a guy yesterday that's in the parade. I don't know how many rafts they have in the parade. I just don't know. And we're not, I really kind of haven't even thought about it. Actually, I talked to Lisa this morning, and she said, Sunday's raft ram. I said, oh, what do you want to do? And she says, I really don't want to do anything, because we're going out tomorrow night. We're going out with doing something that I rarely do. And I'm kind of looking forward to it, and Lisa likes to do it. We're going, it's actually her brother's, Andy Riley's birthday, and he likes to go to the casino. So we're actually going to go to Marshall and have dinner at Grand River, and then we're going to go to the casino there, and Battle Creek, and gamble a little bit, do whatever.
Fun.
That'll be kind of fun. And Saturday night, actually Saturday night we're going out to some people's house to have dinner. But someday we got to have dinner, and the 4 of us, I should say. We've got to have dinner here one of these days. We're doing that with the maestro, and looking forward to that, really.
You're going to the maestro's house?
Mm-hmm, have dinner.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So it's going to be a nice weekend, and Sunday go to church, come home, watch the parade, and maybe go over to the point and have a chicken dinner by the Lions Club, which I always enjoy. So I think it's supposed to be pretty good weather too, isn't it, Bart?
Oh yeah.
You'll be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're doing.
Sounds like an action-packed weekend.
I think it'll be a pretty good week. What else is going on around town? Is there other things?
We've got, there's always something.
Yeah.
But it's race weekend, of course.
Is this race weekend?
Yeah.
This is MIS race weekend. I did
weekend.
not know that. Wow. So this is race weekend.
Yeah. You should move here.
I should. I should look at things too here.
You'd like it here.
I don't know about that, but I said, the heck, I'm moving to Ohio. No, it's I'd like to do it. And race weekend, I guess Brooklyn. I know Polly's will like it out there. They'll sell everything out of Polly's, and people
they
going in
sell a lot
there.
of ice and beer. I know that.
I wonder how many people they're going to get this year. I remember back in the day when it was 150,000 or more. It seemed like, and now I think it's more like 70 or 80.
Yeah, I think you're right. But what's changed really is the camping. It's Michigan's largest campground. MIS is.
Really?
Yeah, by far. And so people are here for the whole week. Now, back in the old day when there were 150,000 people, they would come over for the race and then they go home, or maybe a day or two early.
Right.
Now they're here for the whole week or even longer.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't we get a camper and go out there and stay this weekend?
Yeah, you could.
I bet we can get in there.
You could if you could get in. You can't.
Oh, we'll get in. We'll figure a way out together. We'll know somebody. What the heck, We're gonna. I think it'd be fun. Just go around and talk to people. Talk about interesting people that you would talk to that go to these big races, and especially go and camp. And like you say, some of them come in. I don't know if they let them in Are you talking about mainly on the infield there, so
Well,
or whatever you
infield
call
and
it?
then all the way around. I mean, they've expanded, so there's, there's certain camping in the infield, but it's
Really?
it's only so big, so they've got all the areas around.
Wow.
Yes, every campground has its own personality. And
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it would be kind of interesting. I know there's some private campgrounds too around there that people
Again,
go to.
too, there's
Yeah.
tons of private campgrounds all along 12 and 127.
That'd be kind of fun. I wish I still rode motorcycles. Maybe I'd drive my motorcycle out there and have to worry about traffic or something, just to see it all.
Have you ever camped?
Yes,
Yeah.
but not for ever, for a long,
What would you,
long
if you
time.
had a choice, like an Airstream trailer, an RV like Winnebago, or a pop-up tent, or a pickup truck with
Well,
what would you pick?
Holiday Inn Express with a black and white TV. No, no, I would. Camping. I like the thought of camping. I like some of the camaraderie out there, the people. I like having a fire. I
The
like
fire,
cooking.
the smell, the smoke
Smell,
fire.
I love the smell of smoke. I love to cook a hot dog on it. I really like to get up in the morning and try to cook eggs in a little cast iron, skillet there or something like that. Do a bad job at it, but I just think, and I like having when you have kids around too, and see them. But I just think that would be fun. But I would, I've gotten used to some of the luxuries of life. It's called air conditioning. My air conditioning is not working in my office right now. I mean, it's all in the main part of the office is, but not in my part of it. But there is a big difference when you have those type of things. You get used to it. So, and I don't know if it's because I've gotten older or whatever it is. But I really could get into it. But I'd like to have a comfortable bed.
I was
That's
talking
one
to
thing.
someone this morning,
Right.
was camping in Romeo, Michigan
Right,
last
yeah.
week, and they had like flash flood. The rain came and all their stuff washed away.
They were camping, you mean?
Yeah, all their camp stuff.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
kidding.
They camped in the valley.
I think it'd be fun to go out there because I'll bet you, like I say, the cool thing about it, and camping people, I'm sure they do this, they meet the people they met the year before and the year before and the year before.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just seeing old friends almost like that. And then they meet new friends and they just sit around a campfire and talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Wow, is the show over?
Well, I hope you have a wonderful time
thanks.
at Matt and Michelle Aubin's
Yep.
on Saturday for dinner.
Yep.
Do you ask, when people invite you to dinner, do you ask what they're serving?
Well, I wouldn't go unless it's really good.
And have fun at Clark Lake all weekend long
Yep.
as well.
And you
Good
too.
to see you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
From the Walton Insurance Group, Ric Walton.